Hello, Mr. Johnston here. In this video, we're going to go over how to do the Sentry challenge in RobotC Virtual Worlds. So the first thing you want to do is open up RobotC, and under Robot, make sure that you're using the right platform type. I'm going to use VEX 2.0 Cortex and Natural Language PLTW. Again, if the check mark is there, don't click it again because you'll uncheck it. Next thing you want to do is under Compiler Target, select Virtual Worlds. And if you don't see Virtual Worlds there, you might just need to add the license. So ask me about how to do that and I can help you there. So once that's already all set up, go ahead and click New File. And let's download to the robot so that we can get the Virtual Worlds to open. I'm going to use the SquareBot for this challenge. And I'm going to go under the Movement tab and then select Sentry Simulation 1. And then click Start Activity. Now I don't have to close this window. I can leave it open. I'm just going to leave it open in the background, and then I'm going to go over to my program. Now under Robot and Motor and Sensor Setup, I need to select the right type of robot. So under Select Configuration, under the Standard Models, I'm going to select the RVW SquareBot. You can see there that that's the one that I've selected. And you can see these different tabs, like the motors and everything. If you have less tabs, that's okay. But the motors, everything's already named and done. Okay. So I'm going to click OK. Now I want to make sure that the program knows that that's what I'm using. So I'm going to say Compile Program, and it'll be remembering that I've chosen the SquareBot. Okay. And the Sentry simulation is basically going to go straight, make a right, 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 until forever. So that way it's going around a box. So because something is going to be so repetitive, I'm going to go ahead and use a loop. And if we haven't done a loop yet, or you're not familiar with it, it's just saying while something is happening. So while true is just a way of saying to do it always. All right. Anything inside those parentheses, the value has to be, or the condition has to be true in order for it to run the program, or in order for it to run the loop. So you could say 1 is equal to 1. This equals is a comparator operator. It's just to say it's evaluating this statement. Is 1 equal to 1? That's true. So then it will run whatever is in here under the while loop in between the curly braces. All right, you could say 1 is, or while 2 is greater than 1, is 2 always greater than 1? Yeah, so it'll always run this. Okay, so I like to just say, I automatically force it to say whatever is true. It's true. You don't have to evaluate any kind of statement or do any math. It's just always going to be true. Okay, so the first thing, I'm going to use the motor command. I'm going to say motor, left motor, and I'm going to set it to full speed, 127. And then I'm going to copy and paste this command because I'm going to do the same thing for the right motor. It doesn't matter which one you put first. So I got the left motor and the right motor, and then I need to give it some time to wait to go a distance. So I don't know, I think maybe 3 seconds. And then I'm going to copy and paste this whole thing right here because I'm going to tell the motors what to do to make a right turn. And you know what? No, I take that back. I don't need to. I only need to change the speed of the left or of the right motor to make a right turn. I'm going to make the right motor go in reverse and the left motor go forward. It's going to make me do a point turn. And I don't need to do that for very long. Maybe 0.6 seconds. And then it's going to run it again. Okay, so what's going to happen here is it's going to say, is the statement true? Well, yeah, we just said it's true. And then it's going to set the motor speed for the left motor to 127, the motor speed for 127 for the right motor. And it's going to wait 3 seconds while it does that. And then it's going to go ahead and change the right motor, and I forgot to put this in here, to negative 127, which is going to reverse the motor for 0.6 seconds. Now, it comes to the end of this curly brace, and so what it's going to do is it's going to check the while loop and see if this statement is still true. Well, of course it is, because I typed true. So then it's going to run this again, and then gets here, and it's going to go back to the beginning, and it's going to run this again, and it's going to check and go back to the beginning, and it's going to do that forever. So let me download that to the robot. Refresh here. I'm going to change my view and push play. Let's see if 3 seconds is enough. It looks like it should be enough. Now I don't know if the turning right is enough, and see I hit the object. So actually maybe let's do 3.1, and then instead of 0.6, maybe 0.65. Download the robot, and let's see. I'm going to change my view. I like this overhead view. It helps me see what's going on better. Okay, now it seems like it's turning too much. But is it enough? Nope. Okay. So maybe 3.2 and then 0.64 or 64. Let's try that. Okay, and if you're using the Clawbot or using a different robot in virtual worlds, that's fine. Just make sure you realize that it's going to be at different times than what I'm putting in, so it might work a little bit differently. Okay, it looks like that 0.64, maybe I should do 0.63. But this is going to be good enough to accomplish the challenge. But I'm going to just change that real quick because get some cheering there. So let me just change this to 0.63. I'm going to go back to the Sentry challenge, start activity. I don't know. If you're like me, you want to see it work a little bit more perfect. So let's see here. Yeah, see that I'm getting more of an exact 90-degree turn there. And it looks like I might want it to actually go a little bit further than 3.2 seconds. So there you go. That's the what did we call it? The Sentry 1 simulation. If you haven't already watched the basketball drills video or the labyrinth challenge video, I do cover those. And then in a minute, I don't know that I'm really going to cover the sumo bot. Really, all you got to do is just knock these cans out of the way. It's super easy. So all you really have to do is make the robot go straight. I'm not 100% sure why this is even a challenge. I think even if I start it right now and I push play, I think 3 seconds. Okay, so 3 seconds probably isn't enough, but I think you get the point. You just got to knock those cans out of the ring. So it's not really that hard. All right, there we go.